Hi, it's Monday and you're watching Jen on TheRealvolution. So this week is question and answer week, where we answer questions that have been written in by the viewers of TheRealvolution. And I decided to answer a question that was written in by, well, actually doesn't, I don't think it said, it doesn't, is it anonymous? It's an anonymous question. But it was asked via FormSpring. So I thought I would answer that because it's a really, really, really good one. Dear 13-year-old Jen, you might be a little bit bigger than the rest of the people in your class, but you're going to look back on your life when you are 30 and you're going to look back on all those photos of yourself and you're going to realize that you are really not that big. And that all those people who made such a big deal about how big you were, you're just going to realize that they're all just full of shit. Learn now, at 13 years old, to have a healthy relationship with food and not to worry so much about your looks, because you're going to be beautiful. You are. And you're going to be happy one day. But don't listen to your mother. You are beautiful and you do not need to change a thing. Dear 15-year-old Jen, you are just about to start school in Australia, and not just any school, by the way. It's going to be an all-girls school. And although you are used to having girlfriends, great girlfriends, you are going to really miss having boys as mates. You are going to start thinking more and more about your weight because you are constantly surrounded by girls picking at every single inch of their bodies, at every single fault on themselves. You are going to start picking up horrible habits. You are going to start realizing more and more that you feel ugly and that you have no worth because you are not thin or conventionally beautiful like some of the other girls that you become friends with. But you are going to be such a hottie when you're older. And you are not going to need any of these girls to validate your worth and how you look. Because let me tell you, a lot of them are bitches. A lot of these girls at this school that you went to are horrible, bitchy, who they don't deserve your attention. And you one day meet one of them again at a restaurant. Well, you don't meet, you see her at a restaurant, and you are so tempted to pelt her with broccoli, and you regret not doing it. So I'm going to tell you that you should do it. You should just pelt her with broccoli, and it's oily broccoli too, so it's really good. It's like covered in like olive oil, so it'll just stain her dress. Pelt her with olive oiled broccoli, because on your first day at this school that I'm talking about, she will say something racist behind your back that gets back to you. Yes, no forgiveness, no mercy. Dear 18-year-old Jen, you have just broken up with your first ever real serious boyfriend. And you are going to start trying to comfort yourself by eating a ridiculous amount of bad food. Now, I want to tell you that later on in life, this is going to be one of your biggest regrets. That you end up putting on about 20 kilos just from this heartbreak, and it's the 20 kilos that you can just never seem to lose. But you're going to look back at your life and you're going to realize that even though it was great what you guys had together, that it was the right decision, that him leaving was a good thing, and that you learn to guard yourself so much better because of it. You're going to learn to love yourself and to choose more wisely in the future. And you are going to find someone later on in life who will love you for who you are and treat you the way you're supposed to be treated. Dear 26-year-old self, you are about to meet a guy on a website who will seem a little creepy at first, and then you're going to be nice to him because you feel bad, and all of a sudden you become great friends, and then you're going to kind of confide in him a lot and really trust him and become even closer. And then one day you and your family are going to go to Vegas, and he is going to come by and surprise you, and you are going to fall in love with him. This is me at 30 years old warning you, sweetheart, not to meet him in Vegas. In fact, this is me warning you to never, ever, ever sign up to redversusblue.com, because that's where you meet him and that's where all the trouble starts, okay? So just realize that you are gorgeous and you do not need this guy to validate who you are and your worth. And just get on with it and meet some other guys. Just don't, because he's going to cause you a shitload of heartbreak, okay? I am just telling you right now. And a shitload of tattoos that you will later on regret. So please, don't go on Red versus Blue, 26-year-old Jen.